that while same-sex relationships were recognized back in the year 2018, since then, the community has been waiting for a formalization of their relationship, and that's marriage. So tell us that what are the rights that they've been deprived of despite relationships being recognized, but marriages not being recognized for them?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I represent the Swikar parent group. It's the group that had written the letter, an open letter to the CJI. Um, yes, and it's been a long time. The fight that we have seen, it's not just maybe 10 years ago. It's a fight for almost 2 decades, and in these 2 decades. There has been a lot of deliberation about what will legalization of a relationship, how will it matter, what does it mean for queer community, for the queer community, how does it help them. So the main things that I feel that a queer community will really benefit when they have this ruling in their favor is that it just goes beyond love. It's not just love that keeps a relationship together. We are also talking about the fight for, let's say, adoption rights. We are also talking about the right to inheritance to property. When two people get together, they make so many materialistic things. They have a home. They keep so many things between them. And so, if this ruling comes through, I'm sure all these other, property rights. We're talking about inheritance rights. We're talking about adoption rights. They will also come through slowly, and there is also any legalization of relationship also slowly trickles down to how the society views it. And in the big picture, I feel that is what is more important, that the society keeps all of us looks at all the queer community people with the same with the same looking glasses that it looks at heterosexual marriages. Now, see, a man and a woman, according to the government or according to most of the society, it's that marriage is between a man and a woman. Now, who is a man and who is a woman? These are not decided only by biological sex. So we need to go into that. We need to broaden our perspectives. And I think legalization of such a relationship between, I feel marriage equality. I'm not just saying same sex relationships. It's about marriage equality that will actually trickle down to the difference in the way people look at it on
Right.
a broader level.
Right, and what you said, the Chief Justice of India also said during these hearings, he said there's no absolute concept of a man and a woman. It's far more complex than what your genitals are, and that's the point being made here. So, Ashutosh Srivastava, I want to come to you next on the legality and the technicality of this. As we've pointed out that the Supreme Court will be answering the question whether same-sex marriages can be legalized under the Special Marriage Act. So, the personal laws won't be changed, and they'll be looking into the Special Marriage Act. Take us through that technicality, as the government has been saying that this should be left to the Parliament.
Yes, see, the government is of the view that since it touches the sentiments of the people of this country, and India being the largest democratic country, let the people decide. The people should be represented by the parliament, and let it be discussed in the parliament, and let it be addressed in the parliament. And after thorough discussion on it, if it is required that any such law is to be passed, then the parliament should decide it. And if the parliament is of the view that the opinion of the people, the majority of the people are against it, then accordingly the parliament can decide while representing the the population of this country. However, the Supreme Court said that we are not on the finality of deciding anything like that, or to make a new law or anything. It is just that the Special Marriage Act, that is of the Act in India of 1954, which recognizes marriages of different religions, different castes, and even the people who do not follow any religion. Even the marriages under that act is being recognized. So the Supreme Court is of the view that we have to only see whether there is any scope so far as a Special Marriage Act is concerned for same-sex marriage. So far as the other personal laws are concerned related to the Hindu personal law or Muslim personal law or a Hindu Marriage Act or anything like that. So the Supreme Court is not going to touch the basic structure of these acts which were made being the personal laws in the country. So now it is very important and crucial as to see what happens today in the Supreme Court. See, the petitions which have been filed by the category of people asking and, the Supreme Court to recognize same-sex marriage, they have been facing the issues like, even opening a joint bank account is very difficult, or maybe to have the name of the parents registered in the school of a child was also difficult. In fact, to adopt a child by same-sex couple is not possible in the country. Even to get any insurance policies for each other as a couple is difficult. So, there are many practical issues and problems being faced by the same-sex couples. So I think, maybe the Supreme Court can come up with some solutions to these kind of practical issues and problems being faced by the same-sex couple. Now, as we know, earlier there were laws, even the physical relationship between the same gender was a punishable offense. But that was struck down by the Supreme Court. So as of now, the same-sex couple can stay. However, the marriage is not at all recognized in our country. And there are only 34 or maybe by next year 35 countries who would recognize the same-sex marriage. So
and in fact India could become the only third country in Asia to recognize same-sex marriages if the Supreme Court rules in that direction. Till now only Taiwan and Nepal have recognized same-sex marriages in the whole of